But what's also happened over the past couple of weeks is that there's been a growing impatience over the idea of a stay-at-home order.
One thing of a recent development is the change in the stay-at-home order from Governor Brad Little in Idaho. It was recently extended from ending on April 15th to April 30th. Talk about some of the dynamics that are going on in Idaho.
Well, what we've seen over the past 3 weeks is since Governor Little first instituted the stay-at-home order in late March, you've seen a couple of things happen. First of all, you've seen some sign that the coronavirus case numbers in Idaho, the increase has slowed down. There's a beginning sign towards maybe a flattening of the curve. But we're really only talking about a few days worth of data when you really think about it, and a very small sample. The governor has been able to point to a stay-at-home order having had some effect. But what's also happened over the past couple of weeks is that there's been a growing impatience over the idea of a stay-at-home order from within Governor Little's own political party. Fellow Republicans have become fairly impatient with the closures and fairly concerned about the implications for the economy. Governor Little points that out when he talks about the effects of the coronavirus, that it's a health crisis, but it's also an economic issue. He's trying to thread a pretty difficult political and public policy needle here in terms of trying to extend protections, but at the same time trying to be mindful of the economic ramifications and some of the criticism.
So his fellow Republicans have been giving him some pushback, not just the voters, but in state government. Can you talk about some of those people very high up, the Speaker of the House and his opponent in the 2018 election, Raul Labrador? What have they really been proposing and saying?
Well, House Speaker Scott Bedke sent a letter to Governor Little a few days ago, urging Little to step back from this process of doing a stay-at-home order and deferring to the 7 local health districts, let them decide what to do in terms of coronavirus. Let that decision be made at the local level. Not a lot of response from the governor. He has said, look, I have to do what I think is in the best interest of the state. I have to balance public health and economic considerations.
You can see more of Kevin's reporting on these and other topics at idahoednews.org. And for more Northwest news, you can come to our website, nwpd.org. Thank you for joining us here in the unique Northwest.